When Cole slapped the floor, told that let's go one-on-one, and he passed it, he f***ed up the whole tradition.
Damn.
Don't nobody want to hear that. Yeah, I'm one of them gatekeepers. I can say that.
Man, listen, let me say something to you. The C's, we didn't give a f*** about LeBron. We didn't fear LeBron.
Damn.
That's when mama was like, nah, see, you don't want this new. Right, talking crazy. I hate to get to these. That's what really happened. Yeah, and ever since then, we've been off the trajectory.
Shot making, we talking about ability, we talking about skill. He in all those conversations, but now you doing some shit where...
What's up? Hope you're all doing well. Listen to this. LeBron James fans are not about to like what Kevin Garnett just pulled. And trust me, this one hits differently. Because this wasn't one of those light, watered-down media takes where an NBA legend throws a little jab and then walks it back 5 minutes later. Nah, not this time.
I think you pushed LeBron too far in Game 5. Because Game
too
6, he was
far?
unbelievable. You think you gave him the eye of the tiger?
Pushed him too far?
KG didn't hesitate. He zeroed in on the whole GOAT debate tied to LeBron and basically said, man, cut it out already. And listen, here's what really makes this hit. He wasn't just questioning LeBron's greatness, he was calling out the entire fan culture around it, pointing at how people constantly defend him, excuse everything, and rush to crown him over every legend that came before.
Nothing?
Man, listen, let me say something to you. The C's, we didn't give a f*** about LeBron. We didn't fear LeBron, and we didn't think that he can beat all 5 of us.
That's exactly why this whole situation blew up online, because when someone as respected and intense as Kevin Garnett steps in and starts pushing back on the LeBron hype machine, hold up, people listen. And it hits even harder when he's voicing things a lot of former players probably think but won't dare say out loud. This wasn't just some random forgettable remark. Nah, this felt intentional, sharp, and it landed exactly how KG wanted it to.
I will never give GOAT status to anybody but MJ. Not Bill Russell, not Kareem, not anybody.
Okay.
But LeBron deserves all the props in the world for what we're seeing him do on the basketball court. This is what greatness is made of.
And what really sent this whole situation into overdrive, listen to this, was the timing. LeBron is still dropping crazy numbers this deep into his career. The media won't stop praising his longevity, and every other week there's another debate about whether he already surpassed Michael Jordan a long time ago. But then KG steps in and completely shifts the energy. All of a sudden, the conversation isn't about LeBron chasing another championship or stacking more records. It turns into a real question of whether fans are forcing that GOAT label without actually looking at the full picture. And trust me, once you hear the full context behind what KG said, you'll see exactly why this sparked one of the most intense basketball debates online. The internet didn't just react, man, it went crazy.
You think you pushed LeBron too far in Game 5?
Pushed
Because Game
too
6, he was
far?
unbelievable. You think you gave him the eye of the tiger?
Pushed him too far?
Now here's the part nobody really wants to talk about. Listen closely. Kevin Garnett isn't just some random analyst chasing headlines or trying to go viral. This is one of the most intense competitors the NBA has ever seen. A former MVP, a champion, and one of the greatest defenders in league history. A guy who went toe-to-toe with Kobe, Duncan, Shaq, Dirk, and even LeBron himself in one of the most physical eras we've ever witnessed. So when Garnett speaks on greatness, it hits differently, because fans know it's coming from real experience, not social media narratives. He's not talking like a media personality trying to stir the pot. He's speaking as someone who lived through multiple eras and battled the absolute best at the highest level. And that authenticity is exactly why his words carry so much weight in conversations like this. One of the moments that really got people heated was when Garnett openly questioned whether LeBron even deserved an All-Star spot during a certain stretch of the season. And instantly, LeBron fans lost it. Because in their eyes, LeBron making the All-Star team feels automatic at this stage. They believe his legacy alone should guarantee that respect every single year. But KG wasn't looking at it like that. He was hinting that sometimes the league rewards reputation over actual production in the moment. And when you really sit back and think about that, man, that's a heavy statement to make about someone constantly labeled the greatest ever. It hits hard because whether people want to admit it or not, there's some real truth buried in that.
Nothing?
Man, listen, let me say something to you. The C's, we didn't give a f*** about LeBron. We didn't fear LeBron, and we didn't think that he can beat all 5 of us.
Nothing? Hold up, let me say this real quick. KG basically jumps in like, listen closely. He made it clear that in that series, they weren't worried about LeBron at all. No fear, no hesitation, and they didn't believe he could take down all 5 of them by himself. Now here's the key point. KG wasn't out here saying LeBron suddenly fell off, because that would be ridiculous. The man was still putting up numbers most players can only dream about. But what Garnett was really questioning was the standard being applied. He was calling out why certain players get shielded from criticism while others never get that same grace even at their peak. Because back in KG's era, if your team struggled or your energy dipped even a little, the media was on your neck immediately. There were no built-in excuses, no "he's still great for his age" conversations. You either dominated or you got called out, simple as that. No exceptions, no favoritism. And this is where things start to get uncomfortable, because once you crack open that GOAT debate around LeBron, everything runs rushing in. Finals losses, super team narratives, the Miami decision, the bubble championship debates, Jordan's undefeated finals record, and even Kobe fans arguing about mentality and killer instinct. Suddenly, it's not a fun conversation anymore. It gets real fast. And that's exactly what happened once KG's comments started making rounds online. People weren't just talking about basketball anymore. They were debating legacy, pressure, mindset, and how much the media actually shapes what fans choose to believe.
Boston, and little by little, I started to recognize everybody's greatness and what they brought to this team, and I was like, man, I ain't never been on no team like this. No. So we look up, and Bron goes to Miami. And when Bron goes to Miami, the whole league shift, and yeah, it was over. Michael Jordan gave me some great jewels when I was young. Said, young fella, you're gonna know when you're supposed to lead the game because everything around you.
Listen to this. Things got even wilder when another moment surfaced of Garnett bringing up LeBron while talking about performance-enhancing rumors across pro sports. Now hold up, let's be real for a second. There has never been any proven case of LeBron using PEDs. No receipts, no reports, nothing official at all. But the second KG's words even loosely got tied to LeBron's name, the internet lit up instantly, like zero hesitation. And you already know why, because LeBron's longevity doesn't even make sense to most people watching. Man is still out here dominating in year 20 plus, while guys a full decade younger are breaking down year after year like clockwork. So anytime somebody even slightly questions that kind of durability, it turns into headline news across every platform immediately. And honestly, this right here is exactly why LeBron debates online always spiral out of control. Nobody plays the middle anymore, not even a little bit. It's either he's the greatest to ever touch a basketball, or somehow he's labeled the most overrated superstar ever. There's no in between, none. And let me tell you, Garnett's comments didn't just add to the debate, they straight up threw gasoline on a fire that never really dies. Some fans were clapping it up, saying he finally said what others were too scared to say out loud. Others, they instantly flipped it, calling him jealous, bitter, saying LeBron's legacy now towers over guys from KG's own era. The split was immediate and massive. But if you really slow down and listen to KG, it feels deeper than just a LeBron issue. It comes off like he's genuinely fed up with the entire modern NBA culture. All the non-stop comparisons, the obsession with rankings, every convo turning into who's the GOAT instead of appreciating greatness for what it is. Because back in Garnett's time, respect was earned in a completely different way. Physicality mattered, like really mattered. Intimidation mattered. Rivalries meant everything. There wasn't this 24/7 social media shield protecting superstars every single day of the week. And this is where a lot of younger players, and fans too, get it twisted. They think greatness is all about stats and highlight clips, but legends like Garnett are judging something way deeper than that. Presence, fear factor, dominance, the ability to control the entire energy of an arena. That's exactly why Jordan still hits differently for guys from KG's generation. Jordan didn't just beat you on the scoreboard, he broke you mentally before tip-off even happened. Kobe had that cold, ruthless aura. And Garnett, he brought that suffocating intensity every single night he stepped on the floor. So when LeBron gets crowned the GOAT mainly off numbers and insane longevity, some former players quietly push back, hard, because they're valuing a completely different definition of greatness.
I will never give GOAT status to anybody but MJ. Not Bill Russell, not Kareem, not anybody.
Okay.
But LeBron deserves all the props in the world for what we're seeing him do on the basketball court. This is what greatness is made of.
And honestly, this is exactly why this argument isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Probably not in our lifetime, because every generation defines greatness through a completely different lens. Younger fans grew up watching LeBron control every layer of the game for a full 2 decades straight. To them, seeing someone still putting up elite production at nearly 40 years old feels straight up unreal.
They look at the all-time scoring record, the finals runs, the versatility across positions, and they're like, why is this even still a debate? But older players, they value killer instinct, flawless finals records, and cultural impact in ways raw stats just can't fully explain. And the moment Garnett spoke, LeBron supporters came firing back with everything, no hesitation. Career averages, playoff dominance, longevity, leadership, they laid it all out. They argued Garnett never carried teams the way LeBron carried entire franchises for years on end. Then they doubled down with rings, MVPs, and that insane consistency LeBron has maintained for over 20 years at an elite level. And listen, those points, they hit hard too. Because no matter what side you're on, LeBron's resume is flat out ridiculous by any standard you use. Even the toughest critics usually admit that, sometimes through gritted teeth. And let's be real, Garnett probably knew exactly how this would play out before he even said a word publicly. He already knew LeBron fans would jump straight to calling him bitter and jealous. He knew every sports show would be breaking this down for days, non-stop. But he still said it anyway, no hesitation at all. And that right there tells you everything about KG. Most former players tiptoe around LeBron criticism just to avoid that massive online backlash. Garnett, nah, he didn't play that game. He came in with that same raw, intense, unapologetic energy he had as a player every single night. Still, his comments sparked one massive question nobody can ignore anymore. Are fans way too quick to shut down any form of criticism when it comes to LeBron? Whether you think he's the GOAT or not, real basketball conversations require honest critique. Jordan gets criticized all the time. Kobe too. Magic, Bird, Shaq, Duncan, Curry, every legend gets picked apart regularly. That's just how competitive sports debates work. But when it comes to LeBron, sometimes the reactions get so emotional that even fair, well-thought-out questions feel completely off limits to his core fan base. And maybe, just maybe, that was Garnett's real message all along. Not to take a direct shot at LeBron, but to challenge the culture that surrounds him. Because KG comes from a time where respect had to be earned over and over again through performance, not constantly protected by passionate fans living on social media. And with that being said, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.